Received a letter from the HMCTS Historic Debt Team? If so, you might be wondering who they are and what you should do. In this video, I'll explain everything you need to know about this debt collection team and what you should do if you receive a letter from them. So who are the HMCTS Historic Debt Team? They're a group of debt chasers set up by the UK government back in 2016. Their job is to locate people who have unpaid court fines and to get them to pay. The reason for creating this group was because too many court fines were not being paid, and it was identified that this was because the fines were being sent to the wrong addresses. If you are contacted by the HMCTS Historic Debt Team, you should try to come to a repayment arrangement. They are allowed to recover court fines from over 10 years ago, so even if your debt is old, you may still be required to pay it. Court fines cannot be included in debt solutions such as a DRO, IVA, or bankruptcy application, so you will still have to pay the debt in full even if you use one of those. If you can't afford to pay the debt in full, don't worry, the HMCTS Historic Debt Team will listen to your offers to pay back in instalments. However, if they have passed on the court fine debt to an enforcement agency, they will probably not accept a repayment schedule from you. In this case, you might have to pay additional fees to cover the services of the enforcement agent. So what enforcement agencies does HMCTS use? There are three enforcement agencies in particular that they use: Collectica Limited, Excel Enforcement Limited, and Marsden Holdings. If you receive a debt letter from any of these enforcement agencies and the letter includes either HD, order term HMCTS HD, historic debt, they will be referring to unpaid court fines. It's important not to ignore any requests for payment from the HMCTS Historic Debt Team. If you believe the letter is not genuine, you should do some research. If you try and ignore these letters, you may end up having to pay more to cover enforcement agent costs. Remember, the HMCTS Historic Debt Team will listen to your repayment proposals if you can't afford to pay the fine in a single payment. If you're struggling with debt, then there are a number of debt solutions available here in the UK. Some are free to use and others will include fees, and each will have its own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few multiple choice questions, like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so that you can find out more and take steps towards improving your financial situation.